Good evening, Kieran. How you doing?
I'm very well, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, apart from the usual lockdown situation, which hopefully we're coming to the end of now.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I've got my vaccination on Monday actually, so
Have you?
I'll be ready to go, mate.
That's what we want to hear. Vaccinated up for the summer.
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk mostly about Ven, which is your new thing that you've been doing, a little side project away from circawaves. But we'll also talk a little bit about circawaves later on. We've got a new track to play. We're going to play the one that you've just uploaded for us, which has just been released, called Sorry, which we'll play later on. And we'll play one of the earlier tracks, Hey Bro. Let's just start off with getting a little bit of background from you, if you can. First of all, the name, because you've called it Ven. Be interesting to know why you chose that particular title. I had a little look. It's not in the Scrabble dictionary.
You know what? I don't know really. I knew that people would ask me this, and I probably should have prepared something very cool to say. But I remember being away with my wife and we were on holiday, and I wrote these songs, and we were sort of talking about like a sort of single syllable name that we thought was cool, and like I don't know, Ven just popped up, and it kind of fit this character that I'd made for this project. And I didn't want to call it like Kieran. I think Kieran's like just such a regular name. So I thought Ven was like a bit interesting, and like people are kind of like, what's it mean? Is it like Venn diagram? Like, no, it's not Venn diagram. It was just something a bit unique, and I've not seen anyone called that, so that's always a positive.
Yeah, it's quite abstract, isn't it? I thought it might be an abbreviation for venerable. You know, you being, getting more mature in our music. You've done with many things, and as you mature with your music, I thought it might have been, give me some respect. I'm in the band Circawaves.
Well, no, I don't know, man. Like, if anything, I feel like this music is it's quite young, and like it's very like the emotions are kind of very youthful. I'm almost like reaching inside to my old like emo self from back in the day to make this. But the production, I think, is what makes it more mature, and something that I wouldn't have been able to make when I was like, a teenager or something. It's only something I'll be able to do now with the way I can produce and stuff. So
It's quite a contrast in sound compared to your band Circawaves from the 3 tracks we've heard so far.
yeah, well, I mean, if I was ever going to do a side project, I wouldn't. I really hate side projects that come out and they sound exactly like the band that person's from, because I just don't see the point. If I was going to do something that sounded like Circawaves, I'd just do Circawaves. So I wanted to make something that felt really far removed from it. And I love like pop music, and I kind of study pop music, and I wanted to make something that had loads of pop sensibility but was like really close and personal. So I really wanted it to be so different from Circawaves, and I think it is very different. Like,
it is very different. And just staying with Circawaves for a second, this, as you keep on saying, is a side project which is away from Circawaves. Or do you see this something long term that can run alongside?
I don't have any plans for it, Dave. I just I wanted an avenue to release music that wasn't just Circawaves. So I got no plans to do it live or anything like that. It's more just a way to put music out into the world, and it just lets me put music out whenever I want, really. Like, we've got a system in place that lets me do that now. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, I can just keep releasing Ven every few months and just let it sort of sit there on the internet.
From what you're saying there, it sounds like something you've done during the last 12 months. Lockdown, obviously everyone's had a lot more time, and you just wanted to experiment a bit more. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just make loads of music all the time. So I could do sort of 7 side projects of all different types of tunes, which eventually maybe I will do. But it's just about like releasing different music and having that outlet, really, because I don't just write like 10 Circawave songs a year and that's it. I write sort of 2 songs a day kind of thing. So I need to put more music out just to keep myself sane more than anything.
The 3 I've heard so far, they're less epic, aren't they, in terms of, the stage anthems that Circawaves are known for, those big festival tracks?
Yeah, well, it's more, it's definitely closer. I wanted it to be like headphone music, that you could sort of, when you're in a band, you sort of spend a lot of time in a van, traveling around the world, and you live sort of on your headphones, really, listening to albums. And I always loved albums which felt like they were really close and personal, so I wanted them to be really like I was just sort of singing directly to you. That's why it sounds the way it does, if you know what I mean.
It's more contemplation than carnival, should we say?
Yes, yeah. It's definitely not like, there's no festival bangers, put it that way.
I think that's a good summary, that. I've just thought of that one there.
It's good, yeah, I like it. You should be my PR guy.
Maybe I should write your press releases, yeah. But
Yeah.
you've got people to do that. Anyway, we're going to play one of the first tracks. We've got H8 Lovin'. We've got a new one to play later on called Sorry. But tell us about this this first one, which we've been actually playing this a few times, actually. It's a good one, this, called Hey Bro. Is it just about a brother? Is it, tell us more about the story.
Yeah, it kind of, I mean, it was loosely and literally about my brother, because we speak to each other quite often, and our open line is, hey bro, how's it going? It's as simple as that, really. But it's kind of about the intensity of like real emotion, like being genuinely kind of upset, but then also how in life that like severe emotion can be like next to something really mundane, like the carrots burning. Do you know what I mean? Like, life isn't just a movie where it's all drama all the time. Sometimes it's just like weird, boring stuff going alongside the absolute mad stuff. So it's about that juxtaposition of those two things, really.
Yeah, certainly between like last year and the year before, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we're all living in this mad time where like there's hundreds of thousands of people dying, but then you've got to wake up and you've got to, make your baby porridge and you've got to, keep going with your life. And it's about like sort of balance and these grandiose things that are going on next to like going and buying some socks off the internet.
Let's play this now. This is Ven and Hey Bro.
Hey bro, what you been up to? You been low, trying to keep your head above water. There's no sin, this fickle tide is turning. The sugar snaps and carrots are burning. Yeah, I just lost myself. Is it okay if I stay? If I stay, I'm no good for my health. I'm not okay, I'm not okay. I just lost myself. Is it okay if I stay? If I stay, I'm no good for my health. I'm not okay, I'm not okay. Hey bro, I need you more than I could say, bro. Help me pull my hand out the fire. There's no wind, don't know if I'm coming or going. Just take me to the cinema showing. Yeah, I just lost myself. Is it okay if I stay? If I stay, I'm no good for my health. I'm not okay, I'm not okay. I just lost myself. Is it okay if I stay? If I stay, I'm no good for my health. I'm not okay, I'm not okay. I just lost myself. Is it okay if I stay? If I stay, I'm no good for my health. I'm not okay, I'm not
There goes Hey Bro from Ven, which is the solo project from Kieran Shuddle, who's on the phone tonight with me on the show. Nice one, Kieran, for talking to us. That's a good track. Got a bit of electronic vibes on that. Have you ever dabbled before with electronic ideas?
Dave, I dabble quite a lot. You know what I mean? Like over the years and stuff, all the bands I've been in, even the first bands I was in Liverpool and stuff, we always we'll buy like a little cheap synth and mess around. And when you're a guitar player and all you've ever done was play guitar, it's always a bit fun to mess around with a keyboard for a bit. So I've just been doing that for 15 years, and it's eventually ended up in sounding like this.
It could be an early idea from Fly with Vampires in this.
Yeah, definitely.
Going back a bit there, like.
Yeah, I don't think anyone listening will know who they were, but it was kind of fantastic education of how to be in a band.
Done a lot, haven't you, in the last couple of years? I was only looking how many albums you've recorded with Circawaves. 4 albums now, isn't it? You've got under your belt.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable how quickly it goes, really. It only seems like yesterday when Circawaves first got played on BBC and stuff, and And then you're just blinking, and all of a sudden there's 4 albums, and I'm finishing up album 5 at home now, really. So it's like, I mean, as an indie band to get to album 5, I'm just surprised that happened. You know what I mean? And I get to do it for a job, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and you were saying before we put the mics up tonight, we were talking about you've got a little one now, you've got a son as well, you're a father, so congratulations. So
Thank you.
How was it, working at home during lockdown with a baby as well? Trying to work on tracks at home, especially over the last 12 months, it kind of been easy doing side things. Or has this been a nice little distraction and something to keep you busy?
It's been interesting to navigate. Like, I mean, certainly in the early days when he was a lot younger, obviously that's just so full on, and like you're just raising a newborn baby. So there wasn't much songwriting going on there. But as he's got older and he's in nursery and all those things that happen when they get older and they're out of the way a little bit more, you can focus a lot more. And to be honest, like focusing on music is a lot easier now because I've got like a lot of time to do it. It's not just you can write songs whenever you want. It's like baby's out the house, get going. Like it's no messing around anymore. And I enjoy working under that pressure of like sort of forced creativity. For some reason, it just suits me. So I don't mind it.
When you made the first track that you were happy with and it was completed, who did you play the first track to? And what did he say?
Well, it's always my wife. She always has the first listen. And she said, yeah, I like it. And I said, good. And then I always send it to my brother next. And my brother really loves it. He's my biggest cheerleader, my brother Joseph. And he sort of really loved it and pushed me to write more like it, which it did. And then I finally sent it to like my management and stuff, and they really loved it. And we just said one day, if there's ever a time to release something in between Circawaves records, we will. And obviously, COVID happened, and it felt like a good a time as any. I'm never usually going to have a year and a half off playing live music with Circawaves, so it felt like a perfect time to release it.
Yeah, perfect time, isn't it, to do this? Do you see an EP to follow after these couple of singles, or maybe an album? What's the plan in terms of releases, or are you just going to see how it goes?
Yeah, there's an EP, yeah. So we've got like this extra tunes coming out, which you're playing at the end of this show, and then there's an EP coming out in, I think, like another 4 weeks, which has got like another 2 tunes on it. So yeah, I think I want to do like a couple of EPs, really, and just sort of, as I said, I'm not taking it that seriously. I'm just putting music out for fun, and there's no stress, do you know what I mean? I just wanted a way to put music out, so yeah.
That makes it easy, doesn't it? No pressure. I suppose like you're putting them out on Prolifica as well, which is the same label as Circawaves, so it sounds like they've been quite flexible too.
Yeah, man, they're amazing. I can't speak highly enough about Prolifica. They're like, secondary fathers to us, really. They support us and everything through our lives, and they took Circawaves from playing to 100 people to playing to 5,000 people were playing to in Brixton Academy in August, and they're amazing. Like, can't say enough good things.
Before we play the last track, let's just ask you a few things more about Circawaves while you're on. What's happening with Circawaves, by the way, while you're still with us in terms of the headline tour? You've still got to complete that, haven't you? Which is starting in August. Yeah,
we've got August, which was the tour. That's a year and a half delayed. So that's our album tour from our last record, which just feels like absolutely mad to be able to be doing that. But once again, they're going to be like the biggest shows we've ever done. We get to do Brixton Academy again. We've got the Circa Fest, which is a Liverpool festival, which I booked up, and that's across 3 different venues in town. It's going to be amazing. I can't even imagine playing to thousands of people in a room at the moment. So fingers crossed, it'll all go ahead, and it'll be magical to play that record that we never got to play to anyone really, and give it its proper sort of release in a way.
Yeah, it's perfect with the title, isn't it? Sad Happy, in terms of patience. You've had to wait.
Yeah, man. I mean, little did we know how true that record would become, and how sad everyone would actually become, and then hopefully followed by this immense happiness, which is, you can already tell now, just the nation's feeling is changing to a more happy mood, which is an amazing feeling.
Absolutely, yeah. And a Red Rum Club as well are also going to be supporting. You're mates with them, aren't you? Them, they've put out some good stuff.
Yeah, I love them. Well, we saw them. We played Glastonbury, which was 2 years maybe.
Yeah, that was the introducing stage, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. We played this secret show at the introducing stage, and I went outside beforehand and watched them, and it just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. And I've not, I think I didn't even know they were from Liverpool, and then I came off stage and went backstage and was like, that was Boss, and they were like, nice one, lads, and I was like, oh, Scouse is amazing. Immediately asked them to do the tour, so that'll be great that I get to watch. Basically, I'm just booked them so I can watch them every night.
That's a nice thing, that, to get a couple of local bands on with you as well. I know Spin are going to do some shows as well. That's really good, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I love making Liverpool band friends, and I write a lot of music with other people now, and I'm writing with Zuzu, who I think is amazing, and I think there's an absolute wealth of talent in Liverpool that we need to get bigger and take over.
Circa Fest, you mentioned that before. You've got a date for that, have you? Have you got any sort of horses booked, times and that?
Yeah, it's all booked. You put me on the spot, Dave. I'm going to be honest, and remembering all of the people we booked.
Just mention a few then.
I know that, we got Spin and Red Drum Club, and I think Pizza Girl was doing our show. We got Harm playing. The Mysterines and Zuzu said they were doing a DJ set. I mean, hopefully that's still happening. Obviously, I have to check with everyone that's still available because it is a year and a half late. But yeah, it's sold out like a year or whatever ago. So everyone's still got the tickets, and it's gonna be bossing me a proper blowout.
So what month's that?
That's in August.
Okay.
Maybe around mid-August sometime. Can't remember exactly. It's all the information is on Twitter and Instagram. Let's get back to Ben and play another track.
This is one that we've just got in from you. This was out yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes. It's a tune called Sorry. It's a lot more cinematic and expansive than the first two. So there's a lot of spacey soaked reverb vocals, and it's super poppy and more acousticy and stuff. So yeah, I think it'll appeal to the more pop leaning people.
Let's play it now, and good to speak to you tonight, Kieran, and nice one for sparing the time, and good luck with the side project, and also hopefully getting on that tour again and doing the headline shows with Circawaves.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave. Nice to speak to you.
Take care, mate.
Cheers, man.
Like a drug to the brain, you make it all go away. If love is money, then who's gonna pay? Like a fire in the rain, like a punishment on pain. Are you sorry I came? Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I need you.